are visiting the incubation center here at Karakoram International University. So today we are visiting the incubation center here at Karakoram International University. We are meeting the team who has been building this from scratch. They built it as an entrepreneur with very limited resources, and they are just trying to collaborate with different organizations locally, with Aga Khan Foundation, and with the private, doing consulting to be able to build and help more and more startups to grow. Mahfoud's gonna tell us a little bit about all the programs they have, and we're gonna also meet some startups, so follow us for that.
Mahfouz, basically a faculty member, used to be a faculty member, still am connected through certain decent courses. There are multiple phases of the center. This is the second phase. Besides, there are many other programs, like we are into this freelancing thing, digital economy. Very briefly, that in the universities, you know that we have this issue of unemployment and all that, particularly in this part of the world. No formal manufacturing sector, no formal agriculture sector, no private sector exists other than few banks and few NGOs, and that's it. But the literacy rate is comparable with Punjab and Sindh, even higher. Higher education.
I know it's
We train students on the basic what entrepreneurship is and how we can do that, and this something about this design thinking, ideation, business models they try to come up with their ideas, and we try to connect them with investors. We don't have investors, technically speaking, but there are certain NGOs or certain government departments they use to fund the ideas.
Grants.
We yesterday completed a 4-day boot camp for the female entrepreneurs who are in tech, which is actually supported by an NGO. And there we were able to secure them grants, little grants, as well as investment from that organization. Not equity based, but this debt financing kind of thing they were doing. So in general, since last 5 years, we have graduated more than 100 plus startups. So when we say graduated, they are formally trained, and they have spent like around 12 to 15 weeks in this center.
Incubation.
Yeah. Our role is more about facilitators.
Right.
In certain areas, yes, we also become part of the training. But for my job is like making connections, designing new programs, bringing in the right stakeholders who are willing to work with us, mostly with the private sector NGOs. There were a couple of programs that we completed with the help of USAID. And then there were, British Council was interested last time they visited. And then mostly with government departments who want us to implement their program. So my role is more about making connections. We are not incubating students on a very typical model that like we used to do this. Like it's a call for applications and there is a process and you have to interact 30 startups for the next 3 months. Now we have stopped doing that. We have been doing this for many years. This year what we did was we call it smart incubation now. As there are many students and we have a small center, how can we do that? So we kind of redesigned our role in the ecosystem as a university, because there are many other partners like you and other organizations that have stepped into this ecosystem. They have better resources, they have better strategies to train entrepreneurs or to help entrepreneurs. What we are doing is now to work on their mindsets. How can we separate this word of entrepreneurship, that it is something like entrepreneurship, you have to be entrepreneurs. So what we are doing is in this semester, 9 classes, batches. Each class has 25 to 30 students on average. We offered a course of entrepreneurship, and we invited all of them to come to the center twice a week for 6 hours. So they are incubated, they are in their classes, but each week for 6 hours they come here and we work on 2 aspects basically: design thinking, business model canvas, to separate this word of entrepreneurship. So this way, in these 3 months, we will be able to work with 500 plus students who will be able to develop a small business plan and rest we have left with the market. Like I failed to find investors because people do not cooperate in this side of the world. And then we have this micro enterprise development program, MED program, where we are collaborating with institutions like KRSP, like GBRSP, who are providing small grants like 300,000 Pakistani rupees, like 200,000 Pakistani rupees. So these MED programs are innovation-less programs technically. They are just, we want them to do something. The students who want to learn traditional businesses, we invite them in there, help them through the mentors and provide them with little seed money. And surprisingly, their success rate is better than the tech startups. And we have a high participation from female students without any push or without giving them any quotas or anything. The majority of the MIT startups or the tech startups, they're female students. I would say more than 60% of the female startups. Their success rate is better, small ideas, but we had to stop them because the organization that was funding, they stopped providing the grants. So we had to pause that program for a while. But this is one category of the program. The third is, as you just, I think, used the word clean energy and all that. There is a small center working in the engineering school. Under the umbrella of this center, there is an engineering school. You might see if you go to the Hunza, it's on the right side. It's just 1 kilometer from there. We established it this year, and it is particularly working on green energy, green agriculture, and green construction. We call it a Center for Green Innovation. And it is supported by Accelerate Prosperity. It's a very famous organization in the ecosystem. You might know it or not, you might know him. They are supporting it for the 3 years in terms of training, mentorship, and the funding as well. But they have their own term. This is a very unique contract that we have entered with them. We are not into the administration or management, we are facilitating. But we are doing it. We have recently started this engineering school. And we are working on their final year projects. This is another approach to commercialize them.
Right.
So this organization is helping us through this center to commercialize the final year projects in construction, agriculture, and energy. This would be a value chain approach where this is the very first time for us, a new experience that we would work from the very beginning on their mindset as well as on their skills and their approach rather. Because it's very typical in Pakistan. I completed my engineering, one of the very famous universities in Pakistan, UET Lahore, So there was, the tradition was the same. You have to come up with a typical idea, write a project and just submit it and get the degree. Al Quwain University, UAE Government University, they formally offered a job this year, but they didn't give me the visa. I was considering to go for a while, for a year to work with them. It's a formal job offer, but I think something went wrong with this visa issues and they deferred. So I like this area, I love it. This is something I treat it as my child. This is something I have worked with from there was nothing before that, very beginning, zero, at a zero level. There were many other centers I worked with. There is Institute of Professional Development, in which we work on the techno-vocational skills. Like for 3 years, I worked with that. There is another center, National Freelance Training Center. I worked with that for 3 years. I developed it actually. My role is to design, develop, put it in operations, hand it over to someone else, and they run it their operations. So this is something.
Amazing job. Amazing job. I mean, I
And
can't wait.
Experience as well.
I can't wait to see some of the startups maybe. But you talked about micro enterprise. It's more like a freelancing thing or different?
No freelancing thing. For freelancers, we have another one, micro digital enterprise.
Okay.
There is another program. We have like several categories of programs. In MED, why don't you have a look around?
We're gonna have a look around.
Get a better idea.
First of all, I want to introduce myself. My name is Noman Azam, and I'm doing my bachelor's from Karakoram International University. And here we are working on a platform. We are here to sort a solution for our Gilgit Baltistan in cities, especially this solution for these cities in Gilgit Baltistan, in Pakistan also. We are trying to solving the rental property problem in Gilgit Baltistan.
There is actually a big unicorn coming from Pakistan around PropTech. I don't know if you heard about it. The youth, freelancing.com. They are now in Dubai, and they just entered the Dubai stock market. And it's a startup that started from Pakistan. It's called Bayud, and they acquired Dribizel Group. It can give you maybe some inspiration and see where is the road to follow, inshallah, for making progress.
It's a freelancing center. There we have graduated around 2,000 students, but they have received training on graphic designing, digital marketing, web development, e-commerce.
हम जो है वो इवेंट मैनेजमेंट का काम कर रहे हैं। हम वहाँ पे जो है हम लोग स्टेज को डिकोर करते हैं, उसके अलावा जो है प्रोप्स बनाते हैं, उसके अलावा मेहंदी के प्लेट्स बनाना, और उसके बाद बोर्ड प्रोप्स होते हैं, वो सारी चीज़ें हम लोग बनाते हैं एज अ कस्टमर। अगर वो कस्टमाइज़ करना चाहें उसकी पसंद के हिसाब से बनाते हैं।
Okay, and it's only for wedding
नहीं,
season or like okay, all the events.
इसमें या तैयार बर्थडे पार्टीज कर सकती हैं, ब्राइडल शावर, मेहंदी वगैरह और कॉन्फ्रेंसेस वगैरह जहाँ पे होती हैं उनको सजाने
All
का
sort of
काम।
events.
So event management company, right?
And more into the decorating the stage and everything.
ये
Okay,
हमारा ऑर्डर आएगा तो वो इसका काम कर रहे हैं।
Saying that
ये
they have
मेहंदी
received
का
this
है।
order, they are working on it.
thank you very
Thank you
much.
so much.
What they are trying to do is, e-commerce is very popular and famous, but again, a lot of people are doing, but there are many like weaknesses that they have identified in terms of the local products and all that.
Uh-huh.
So they are trying to fill this gap by engaging many students from the university who they train on dropshipping and Shopify and everything on all other these platforms. So they have designed their business model somewhere around this topic.
हम मीडिया के स्टूडेंट से डिजिटल मार्केटिंग के, तो हम स्टार्टअप पे काम कर रहे हैं ई कॉमर्स के ना। इसमें एक प्लेटफॉर्म है शॉपिफाई के नाम से, तो उसमें हमने अपना स्टोर बनाया है और हम पेड मार्केटिंग कर रहे हैं, थ्रू एडवर्टाइजिंग, टिकटॉक एडसेंस हमने ली है और उसमें हम कंटेंट क्रिएटिव्स बनाकर उसको हम मार्केटिंग कर रहे हैं उसकी।
और इसमें कोई अभी कोई पैसे कमाए या
पैसे कमाए हैं सर।
कितना आपका रेवेन्यू है एक साल का अभी आप एक चेक करने का?
और 7 lakhs का हमने सेल्स क्रिएट किया है।
Wow,
कितना टाइम में?
7 lakhs.
7
2
lakh.
months में सर।
Within 2 months they earn 7 lakh rupees Pakistan.
Pakistani markets, self Pakistani market.
Only
Yes,
one
only
thing,
Pakistani market.
Our aim is to go to international market like UAE.
Okay, so you are a competitor of Shopify.
We are working with suppliers and we are working with dropshipping.
Okay.
We don't own any product, but we are working as reseller.
In future we have idea to launch our own product.
On brand.
Okay. Like e-commerce shop,
Yeah.
like Shopify.
Shopify.
Virtual store.
Virtual
Anywhere
store.
there
You have to check maybe YouCan is a virtual store also that exists in Morocco, and they've been like expanding to many countries now in the world to learn from the experience, or it's gonna help with supporting you in the next journey. You say that you've been abroad many times working with like other universities. What makes you come back to the region?
This question every time, as aware knows that. Well, this is kind of a passion. I was among the very few people who received this British working visa and all that, and I got it all. I got a job. I was working with these Jane Norman designers. It's a very famous brand of Jane Norman at that time. It was
Okay.
I was working with them in their supply chain
Right.
as a like assistant manager or something. I had everything, but I left. I said I love to come back. I like this area.